Hey guys, Ashlane coming at you today with a little 3-star action for you guys on this weekend. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it is a snowy weekend, so I am off work today, making some videos to share with you guys. I'm on the Vexthal account, but I'm actually over in Red Elite. We're doing a big tournament in Red Elite, so I have the mini here holding down the fort. So let's go ahead and what I want to show you guys is that I've been saying this for a while. If you have your inferno towers set to single target in Clan War, then prepare to be taken down by a savvy attacker. In these ones, we're going to be sharing some great attacks by Sosi and Woody, and they're going to be two different ways to take down a base that has a single target inferno tower. In this base, you can see big no-no, 2 single targets. Man, if they're a Clash with Ash viewer, they're going to know how to take down these bases now if they have single target infernos. So, we're going to show you 2 ways to do it. On the first way, it's going to be using 4 healers, only 1 golem. In the second replay, we'll share Woody's attack where he uses 5 golems, I believe. So where is Sosi going to enter this base from? Well, he's going to do it from the south, and he's going to use, like I said, only 1 golem here. Instead, he's going to start it off with a little bit of a queen walk. Now, it's not a long queen walk, but what you have to do is always keep an eye on her health, especially against bases like this, where you know she's going to take the attention of that expo right off the bat there, so he has to use the queen's ability right off the bat, and if you keep an eye on her health throughout this raid, you'll see he actually has to freeze that same expo there a few times, so not sure if that's exactly how he planned it, but either way, you can't complain with the results as he is able to 3-star this base. Now, you can see from here on out, it's just basically going to be the name of the game here is going to be get these troops to go to the center of the base. There's 2 single target inferno towers, as we've mentioned a few times now. So once the troops get to the center of the base, you're able to put down that rage spell, and with the 2 singled in targets, there's really no worries here, right? So you can see right now, the witches and the wizards, none of them are dying. All the defenses are just targeting the skeletons summoned by the witches. Make sure you bring plenty of wizards too. I noticed that some people are taking, 15, 16 witches, and that's fun to watch and all, but in my experience, and after watching all these replays, it's more effective to actually go ahead and use more wizards to supplement those witches, because they have such higher DPS as far as actually taking down the units. You can't count on the skeletons to do all the work, although they'll certainly do a lot of it. So you can see the Archer Queen is still alive here, which is really great. He had to use the ability early on, and by all means, guys, if you have to use the ability, or worst case scenario, a rage on the queen, go ahead and do so, but you don't want your queen to die. Your queen, maybe he could have gotten through this base without having to use the queen ability, but certainly you'd rather have her up to help with the cleanup at the end of the raid. Sometimes you don't have a million units left. So either way, I'm nitpicking here. Beautiful raid by Sosi. Let's go ahead and move on to Woody's raid. Very nice attack here by Woody. Now, like I said, again, it's a close to max base here. The first base was maxed out. This base, you can see he has that new expo and the new Archer Tower and a couple Wizard Towers not upgraded. But otherwise, he's a pretty maxed out Town Hall 11 as well. And he has 1 single target, 1 multi-target. So what do you do here? Well, look at how much of an open area base this is. Woody's not afraid to use 3 jump spells. A lot of people are. They'd rather not use 3 jumps on a base like this because it seems like a lot of spell power, but it also creates quite a nice funnel for the troops. You can see he's not afraid to bring the 5 golems, like I mentioned, and just a more traditional GoWiWi army, but just really relying on that Grand Warden that's not maxed to help him make his way through the base, keep the units up as he's dealing with the Archer Queen, the Eagle Artillery, and the multi-target Inferno Tower. So the multi-target is down in just a minute here, but obviously still targeting a lot of his troops, so he has to go ahead and use that Eternal Tome ability, which actually works out really well for him. So he's about halfway through the base at this point, and look, his witches and his wizards and his queen all still alive, doing well. Obviously he has some golems in the south there, just really methodically sweeping his way through the base, starting up in the northwest at the entry point, and then making his way all the way down to the southeast. This is cool. It's like a huge sweeping motion, and it's really effective. If you see this type of base design, try this exact army. This is actually a really popular base. It was really popular pre-update, pre-Town Hall 11 update, and a lot of people just went ahead and modified their bases to add the Eagle Artillery and the Grand Warden, but didn't change the wall structure. And I'll tell you what, you can really run over this base if you have the Grand Warden and you bring an army like this, like Woody did on that nice wide entry. Woody's a really good GoWiWi expert here, and I gotta give a shout out to EGY. They're an Egyptian clan, and a few of them commented the last time we warred them a few wars ago. They have some really good attackers. They were just outmatched in this war, so certainly don't go by the results there when evaluating a clan. You can see we're on a pretty good war streak right now. If I can find our war log, here it is. So we have about 9 or so 10 wins in a row. We went through a couple rough patches, just like any clan. I mean, a lot of people ask me, do you guys win like all your wars? And we certainly don't. We certainly run into some really skilled clans out there. You can see, if you look at it right here, it looks like we're not the best clan. Then if you look at it at the top, it looks like we're really rolling in an amazing clan. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Just trying to make it through the winter here, like I'm sure you guys are, and I'm enjoying this win streak. Like I said, we are doing a tournament right now in Elite Nation, and oh my god, you know, I've always said that... Yeah, I always said that, you know what, the whole ranged matchups thing, it would be nice, but it's not necessary, and it wouldn't benefit everybody in Clash of Clans, so I understand why they're not doing it. And let me tell you, we're having this big tournament in Elite Nation, right? So we divided up into 8 20-man clans, and we did a whole big schoolyard pick'em, and it was a ton of fun to do. And wouldn't you know, we made sure the war weights were even, and we've done this a lot in the past, so we're definitely experienced at doing these sort of things. And wouldn't you know, 2 of our clans didn't match up, or I should say 4 of our clans, 2 of our matches didn't happen. They just got matched randomly to clans in the wild. So I think I'm gonna be that guy and change my opinion on how badly I'd like to see arranged matchups, because oh geez, it really is heartbreaking when you go through all the effort to try to make clans match up because you want to do arranged tournaments like this, and then they don't. It's really frustrating, I gotta say. I mean, we've had it happen before, but just putting all the work in just to have some fun to arrange tournaments. Man, I really hope there's tournaments added to the game so we can do this much easier. I really hope there is. So I got home. Two of our matches did not go through. Like I said, 2 mismatches. And then I go out to my car right after that, and I have a parking ticket for a snow ban, and there hasn't even been any snow yet. So, oh my god, what a morning I've had so far. But hey, I guess this will just be a Ash rants at the end of the episode. But yeah, so snow ban, we got a ticket, we got 2 mismatches, but hey, I'm gonna have some good replays for you guys on the whole tournament thing, so stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.